Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you really, really bad. Oh, you couldn't see the other part. Anyway, so I just saw Suicide Squad. Yes, this is pretty much DC's version of Guardians of the Galaxy. And the soundtrack alone for this movie is fantastic. We have songs like Without Me by Eminem. We have like Bohemian Rhapsody. We have a whole bunch of just random songs. We have House of the Rising Sun. We got Paranoid by Black Sabbath. I mean, the soundtrack alone is like a 5-star soundtrack for a movie. They also have Spirit in the Sky, which people are like, oh, they ripped up Marvel for that, but that was only in Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. That wasn't even in the movie at all. Or was it? No, wasn't in the movie, but it was on the soundtrack for some odd reason. But yeah, so Suicide Squad. Before I get started, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. You hear me? Fuck them. Okay, so we got Suicide Squad at 37%. And then we get their bullshit consensus score. Look at that. The world's most muddled piece of storytelling. Even the idea of nihil, whatever the fuck you're saying. Bullshit. Oh, some good reviews. Okay. Bullshit. Bullshit. Even more sides of bullshit. 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 Peter Travers, I trusted you, but you're biased now. Yes, that is the Batman v Superman's Blu-ray behind this my phone. What a waste of a perfectly twisted Suicide Squad. Where's that biased guy that says something about fucking Marvel? Is Stephen fucking Witty. He thinks he's so witty with his stupid, sorry, as far as movies about superheroes and supergroups go, the Guardians and the Avengers still have these jokers beat. I'm sorry, aren't you the guy that called the Avengers with Bam boring? You fucking cocksucker. Yeah. I mean, I'm not hating on Marvel. I fucking love Marvel movies. Marvel movies are great and all, but critics need to stop comparing DC to Marvel. They're not the same things at all. They're not the same stories at all. They're different. DC's allowed to be different. They're allowed to derive from comedy every once in a while. Just because it's not like a fun popcorn movie like most Marvel movies are, doesn't mean it's gonna be a shit movie. You guys walked into Suicide Squad knowing that it's DC and knowing that it's gonna be a piece of shit. So yeah. So with that being said, Suicide Squad is a fun movie. If you love superhero movies, you'll love this. If you love Guardians of the Galaxy, you'll love this movie. It's pretty much Guardians of the Galaxy, but DC made it, and it's a lot darker. But it has comedy in it. Actually, good written comedy. None of the really forced shit like Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent. I love it, I love it, I love it. I love bringing people together. How are you? That is a good grip. You do not want to pick a fight with this guy. They don't have shit like that in this movie. They don't have, oh, let me put a Jolly Rancher into your mouth weirdly. They had, actually, Captain Boomerang in this movie has like every ounce of dialogue Captain Boomerang had was usually a funny joke. What's it called? Killer Croc. Actually, Killer Croc was a badass in this movie. He has a really cool voice. It's basically like a growling crocodile. If crocodiles talk, that's what they'd sound like. So yeah, Killer Croc had some good lines. He barely spoke, but when he did speak, he had some good lines. Harley Quinn was fantastic. I want a girl as crazy and sexy as she is. Cause wow, wow. I don't know. I just love crazy people. I'm a little crazy, and she kind of matched my crazy a little bit, but we're not going to go into that. Um, this movie was just entertaining. So basically, if you don't know what Suicide Squad is, uh, basically this lady named Amanda Waller, she works for the government. She's like, I assembled a group of bad people. I think it could do some good. It's in the trailer. So she basically assembles Task Force X. It actually kind of sounds like when you say it fast. Task for Sex. I'm immature. I know. I'm sorry. Haven't been at home at all today. I've been working all day, and I went to the screening right after work. So yeah, got up at 6:45. Got up for a 6:45 shift in the morning. Then I had a doctor's appointment right after work. Then after work, I went straight to the theater. This is my first time being home today. Anyway, besides that, Suicide Squad. I just really enjoyed it. I had a thoroughly fun time with this movie. If you haven't seen, I was going to see Suicide Squad with my dad on Thursday, but they said things that might spoil BVS for him. He hasn't seen BVS yet, and I want him to see BVS before he sees Suicide Squad because I don't want him spoiled of anything. And then I have it all planned out. I'm going to show him like BVS, and I'm going to show him like the Wonder Woman trailer. I'm going to show him the Justice League trailer so he could know what's going on in the universe. Anyway, yeah, so Amanda Waller, she assembles the team. There's this guy named Rick Flag who basically takes them on these missions and stuff like that. And basically, this is like any superhero movie. They defeat a lot of faceless bad guys. But I got no problem with that. I don't care if they battle faceless bad guys. It's a superhero movie. You're not supposed to take this seriously. This is not Citizen Kane. This isn't Schindler's List. This isn't Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, or any Oscar performing movie. This is just a superhero movie. A fun superhero movie. You'll have as much fun with this movie as you did with the Avengers. I'm talking about the first movie. I'm not talking about Avengers Age of Ultron. You'll have as much fun as you did when you saw Guardians of the Galaxy. Captain America Civil War, when it had its comedic moments. They're sporadic, but they had comedic moments. Well, no, it won't be as funny as Ant-Man. Ant-Man was hilarious. But yeah, it's not as dark and brooding as BVS, but BVS still entertaining. Was it a little bit too long? Yes. Did it have some things that didn't really need to be in the movie? Yes. Could they trimmed it down a little bit? Yes. But BVS isn't as terrible as critics made it out to be. 27% is way too low for this movie. Maybe 40% is good. 40 to 40, yes. But not 27. That's way too low. That's Oogie Love's level. Bad. Yeah. So, if you guys want to go see Suicide Squad this weekend, go see Suicide Squad. If you guys want to go see 9 Lives where Christopher Walken turns Kevin Spacey into a cat, you know what? I might be with you on that because that sounds like an awesome premise. Is it going to be a shit movie? Probably, but Christopher Walken turns Kevin Spacey into a cat. That sounds awesome. But, yeah, go see Suicide Squad. Don't listen to the critics. Actually, I already know you're not listening to the critics. I just typed in fuck Rotten Tomatoes on Instagram, and so many people were backlashing Rotten Tomatoes. And they're completely biased. There's actually this funny picture of this guy with like Marvel on his head, and then it shows like a girl sucking him off, and it says, and it's in like the girl's face is like Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. And then there's other photos where it's like Rotten Tomatoes has this many movies, and that movie has a fresh score, and then it shows DC movies, and that movie has a lower score than like Thor: The Dark World, The Incredible Hulk, shit like that. But yeah. Suicide Squad. 5 stars out of 5. If you don't see this movie, you are gonna miss out a lot if you're just gonna put this on the critics and be like, the critics says it's at 37%. I don't want to see this movie. I'm afraid it's gonna be terrible because it's at 37. Don't listen to people like that, okay? Do not listen to Rotten Tomatoes. They're completely biased. They're assholes. They're dickless. They're a bunch of moody old men that don't know how to take a movie fun. They don't know how to have fun at a movie theater. The only time they have fun if it's a Marvel movie. If it's DC, they're automatically gonna be like, it's too dark and gritty. I don't like that. Hello, fucking. This is dark and gritty. This movie right here is dark and gritty. You guys loved it. You guys loved it. 94% Rotten Tomatoes right now. So don't give me it's too dark and gritty bullshit, because that's what The Dark Knight was. Okay, see, BVS and Suicide Squad, I think is better than Thor: The Dark World, Iron Man 2, and Avengers: Age of Ultron. Avengers: Age of Ultron, the action was kind of shoddy a little bit. Oh, and by the way, if you guys don't like shaky cam, there's some shaky cam in this movie, but I don't really care about shaky cam. Shaky cam never really bothered me at all. I'm just forewarning you. I like movies like Bourne Supremacy and stuff like that, Bourne Ultimatum. So shaky cam doesn't really bother me. But if you guys don't like shaky cam, there are like 1 or 2 fight scenes that involve like some shaky cam. Like you couldn't really see what was going on. Well, you see what's going on, but it's like very like. Anyway, but yeah. So go see Suicide Squad. Do not listen to the critics. Fuck them in the ass. Goodbye. Oh, by the way, Batman is great, and you should probably stay for the end credits scene. There's an end credits scene in this movie, like Marvel. So, yeah, they're going the Marvel route. They're having humor, and they're having end credits scenes. Actually, this is a mid credits scene, but same thing. So yeah, stay tuned for the end credits. It's really good. I won't spoil anything. It's just great. Just walk in there expecting, okay, this is going to be like a Marvel-ish type end credit scene, because that's what it is. That's all I'm going to say. It's pretty much what Marvel usually does with their end credit scenes. Either going to be a comedy end credit scene, or it's going to be this end credit scene. I'm not going to tell you which it is, though. You guys have to find out yourself. Go see Suicide Squad. This movie has this movie and Jason Bourne has a worse score than Ghostbusters. Suicide Squad and Jason Bourne were my top 2 most anticipated movies of the year, and they're both getting shat on by critics. Literally shat on. Critics are like pulling their pants down and shitting all over the movies that I wanted to see this year. The only one I haven't seen that was my most anticipated was Legend of Tarzan. I still haven't seen that. I want to though, but yeah, critics shat on that movie too. The only movies they didn't shit on was Civil War and hell, why was I excited for Independence Day? That movie was terrible. But yeah, go see Suicide Squad. I can't stress this enough. It's not terrible. It's fun. It's fantastic. It's a good 2-hour, 10-minute movie. It's not overly long like BVS's. There's nothing that I would want to cut out from it. But yeah. You basically get your typical, oh, this is going to happen in the superhero movie, because it's basically a typical superhero movie. It's a superhero movie. It has superhero things in it, except these aren't superheroes, they're super villains. They're bad guys.